Yes. Pillar two. Welcome back. Brian Adams here. Protect and provide the lost code of manhood, what it means, why it's needed, and how to live it. Episode 4. We're going through the book. If you don't have the book, you can download it for free at adamsmma.net. adamsmma.net. That's mixed martial arts, but it really stands for mental martial arts. Defend yourself against your toughest opponent, you. Again, man, these podcasts, this book is not for the average person. These podcasts, this book is for the man that wants to be everything that he can be. Today last week we talked about pillar 1, which is protect and provide. This week we're talking about health and fitness, the foundation of strength. A weak body builds a weak mind. A strong body builds a strong life. And at the end of these chapters, even at the end of last week's episode, I gave you guys the questions. Those are not suggestions. You put in the work, do the work, ask yourself the questions, answer the questions, and think about it. The way you answered them last week, if you're living this every day, minute by minute, how we live, like John Rambo, right? First Blood. John, how we live day by day. That's it, man. Day by day. But if you're living this day by day, the protect and provide code, you're going to answer those questions differently this week than you did last week. But let's dive in. Cool little picture. A weak body builds a weak mind. A strong body builds a strong life. Oh, man. My friend and mentor, Jim Rohn, said, as friends, as family members, as a husband and wife, you'll often hear, I'll take care of you if you take care of me. He says that's really short-sighted, and it should read, I'll take care of me for you if you take care of you for me. And that's it. Once we get the new location for the dojo, that's going to be one of the quotes painted on the wall so that you have to see and read it every day. I'll take care of me for you if you'll take care of you for me. That whole, I'll take care of you, you take care of me, you can't do it. You can't do it. God gave you only three things. You guys hear me say this over and over again. Every time I mention this, my daughter finishes it for me. And it's right here. I'll save it. It's right here. So I don't want to do it twice, but you have to take care of you. They have to take care of them. You can't eat their food for them. You can't do their push-ups. You can't concentrate and work on personal development for them. They have to do it. You have to do it. But let's get into this. Your mission as a man is to protect and provide. And if it is, then this is where it all begins, with your health. You can't lead, you can't defend, you can't provide at your best if you're tired, weak, or sick. Your body is the vehicle for your purpose. If it breaks down, so does everything you've built. Buddhi Harma says, I got a big poster of Buddhi Harma, and he says, all men know the way, but few walk it. I'm gonna let that sink in. I'm gonna say it again. All men know the way, but few walk it. I believe subconsciously, you know the way. You know why you were here. You know why you were born. It may have been beaten down in you, but we know right from wrong. We know you're walking into the parking lot, you're going into whatever, grocery store, Vons, Costco, whatever it is. You see a young lady, older lady, whatever it is, they're reaching over in their grocery cart. They're trying to pick up a bag that's heavy, one of those cases of waters, whatever it is. Instinctively, you're supposed to run over there and pick that up for them. They're pushing the cart back to put in that little, wherever the carts go. Instantly you're supposed to run over there and grab that from them. That. Now, whether you do it or not may have been pushed down in you, but you know it. All men know the way, few walk it. Who's Booty Harmon? Why'd I just bring that up? Booty Harmon traveled over the Himalaya mountains from India. He was a prince, warrior, successful warrior, big time, fighter, almost one of the first martial artists. But he was into Buddhism. He wanted to know more about Buddhism. So he wanted to go over the Himalayas into China and study with the Buddhist monks to reach enlightenment. When he got there, he found all the monks sitting around meditating. That's why you see this big fat Buddha monk, right? And he knew that there's no way you can reach enlightenment being out of shape. You can't do it. You just can't do it. You can't be your best self when you're out of shape. I'm not talking 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, maybe even 20 pounds. I'm talking 40, 50, 60, 100 pounds. Carrying that extra weight. And muscle is not extra weight. Muscle provides for itself and helps carry stuff. But you can't be your best self when you're out of shape. And he knew that. So he told him, he knew all these fighting moves, and he knew, how to move the body so that they would lose weight. They'd be flexible. They'd have mobility, all of the good stuff. But he knew also they were totally against any kind of self-defense. So he told them he called it moving meditation, proper breathing techniques, flowing, all of the good stuff, right? Helped them get in shape over the years. And then when they got attacked, he told them, look, you already know how to defend yourself. All that stuff I've been teaching you, the moving meditation, it's actually self-defense movements. We're doing this. Here's what that means. They try to grab you. They come at you with a staff, a stick, a bow, a sword. You do this. And then, so they knew, and that was the beginning of the Shaolin monks, like the TV series, Kung Fu, all of that stuff. But he knew you couldn't reach enlightenment being out of shape for a lot of reasons. That's your homework assignment, is to figure out why. It's the brain, the mitochondria, what the brain needs to work optimal, why it's able to think, everything. It's what we put in our body. It's what we do with our body, all of that stuff. But he knew. So you can't. And I'm not saying you're trying to reach enlightenment, but I'm saying just every day, day to day at work, being the best dad, being the best husband, being the best friend, being the best employee, being the best employer. The better shape you're in, the better everything else will be in your life. So let's continue. Strength is not just physical. You've got to get this. It's spiritual. Every push-up, every run, every disciplined meal, every early morning is an act of leadership. Every little thing that you do like that connects the neurons in your brain and gets stronger. It's how you prepare for the storms before they hit. Your health is not just about you. It's about everyone who depends on you. I'm going to say that again. And you may even be thinking, Brian, nobody's depending on me. They are. If you're a man, they are. If you're a young boy right now growing up, they are. Your health is not just about you. You've got to get that. It's not you. All of this stuff that we do is not for us. I mean, if it was just for us, man, we could sit around and eat potato chips and shit, junk food, watch TV, get 600 pounds and die. It's not about us. It ain't about looking good. It ain't about all of that crap, man. It's about other people. It's about everyone who depends on you. They're dependent on you, so you got to be at your best. And to be at your best, you got to be at your best health. Your family needs your energy. Children need your example. Your wife needs your strength and stability. The world needs men who are capable, men who can carry the weight. And here we go. God gave you control over three things. Three things. That's it. God gave you full control over only three things in this life. I say this so many times. I'm telling you, man. It's just you need to hear it over and over and over again. And those three things are this: one, what you put in your body; two, what you do with your body; and three, the thoughts that you dwell on, the thoughts that you choose to dwell on. You can't control the thoughts that pop into your head, but you can control which thoughts you feed and which ones that you just continually dwell on. Because we all think when I do my program, Mental Martial Arts, that's one of the first things that I teach them. One, I teach the brain has two purposes. The brain has two purposes. Two purposes. Get this, because it ain't in the book. The brain has two purposes: to keep you alive, keep you safe. To keep you alive, keep you safe. That's why a negative ad, a negative thought will outsell a positive thought 100 to 1. Because the positive stuff, you're sitting around meditating, legs crossed, kumbaya, butterflies are flying, everything is happy. The brain pays no attention to that, doesn't care. It hears a high boom, lightning strike and a bomb going off, someone yelling, screaming. The brain pops up, pays attention. Why? Got to pay attention. It's got to keep you alive, keep you safe. Negative stuff sticks in there. It's got to keep you alive, keep you safe. It pays attention to that stuff. So we think in pictures. You've heard a picture is worth 1,000 words. So every time I say a word to you, in order for that word to have any kind of meaning, it has to paint a picture in your brain. So if I say something to you like dinosaur, right off the bat, you picture a dinosaur. You've heard about dinosaurs. You may think of the movie Jurassic Park. You may think of a certain dinosaur. If I say to you, trilobite, man, I just bought a trilobite for $2,000. If you have no clue what a trilobite is, your brain, the neurons are firing off. You're trying to figure out what in the hell is he talking about? What did he spend $2,000 on? What is a trilobite? So you can't form a picture. But once I tell you a trilobite is one of the oldest fossils known to man, you go, okay, fossil. I know what a fossil is. That's that shit that dies and turns into rock, over hundreds of thousands of years. So if I tell you a trilobite kind of looks like a cockroach on its back with its feet is, up in the air, 12, 13 feet, fingers like this. You start thinking of a cockroach. You know what a cockroach looks like on its back, doing this. So now you can form a picture in your brain. You go, oh shit, I ain't spending that much money for a trial. I don't care what a trilobite is. I ain't spending. But now a word has painted a picture in your brain. We've connected enough neurons and memories that you understand that word because we think in pictures. So if I say enough words and in a couple of sentences, now I can turn that picture. I could play a movie in your brain. That's how I can manipulate you. Propaganda, that type of stuff. Don't let people do it. You've got to control those thoughts. That's why you don't want to be watching these news channels and stuff. Everything that goes into your brain, you've got to question it. This podcast that I'm giving you right now, question everything. Everything that goes into your brain, you've got to question it. But there's only three things you have total control over. What are they? Repeat it back to me. What you put in your body, what you do with your body, and the thoughts you dwell on. So you can't control the thoughts that pop into your head, but you can control which ones you feed, which ones you dwell on. And the same goes for your health. You can't control every illness or setback, but you can control your habits, your diet, your discipline, and your effort. A man who masters those three things, what he eats, how he moves, and how he thinks, can master anything. The body follows the mind follows the body. It's like the yin yang. It's the balance. You got that circle, you got the twist in it, black, white, there's a white dot in the black, there's a black dot in the white. Everything is connected to everything. When you push your body, your mind learns resilience. When you train your body, your spirit grows stronger. When you neglect your health, your mental strength collapses also. That's why the gym, the road, the training mat aren't just for fitness. They're the classroom. Every time you do something, every time you say no to unhealthy food, every time you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I'm tired, I don't want to do it today, and you go anyway, that's building strength, that's building neurons in your brain, that's building all of the habits that you want to form. Every rep teaches you discipline. Every mile teaches you consistency. Every drop of sweat teaches you respect for what you're capable of. Another quote on the wall in our dojo is consistent discipline wins. Write that down. Write it down. Now, you should be taking notes, bitch. Write it down. Consistent discipline wins. Always. You don't need to train to look good. You need to train to be capable. Stay capable. Strong men aren't built in comfort. They're forged in the effort. Push yourself. Push yourself every day. Most men are tired, weak, and sick because they've been fed lies about what healthy means. If it comes in a box, a bag, or from a drive-through, it's not fuel, it's poison. You got to eat real food, drink water. Never drink water without adding a little bit of salt, where the salt's on your tongue or in the water. Pink Himalayan salt is my favorite, or it's up there. Cut out the sugar, cut out the sugar, cut out the sugar, and never use seed oils. Get away from that shit. Stop numbing yourself with junk that keeps you comfortable but kills your edge. Your body is your armor. Treat it that way. Again, this book, these podcasts question everything. You're not going to get the truth from your doctors, from mainstream media. Doctors are trained by pharmaceutical companies to sell you medicine. God bless them. I'm sure they went into it with the intentions of helping mankind, but they're trained by the enemy, period. There's no reason you should need pharmaceutical products long term. Maybe some penicillin, maybe. I don't know. If you eat properly, if you do all the stuff that you're supposed to do, the body is the miracle. God created this miracle, the body. You've got to feed it the right nutrients. There's no more nutrient food on the planet than red meat. Elk, cow, grass-fed, deer, buffalo, lamb, all of that. And you've got to question me. You've got to question everyone. You've got to read books like The Big Fat Surprise. It's going to teach you how early 50s, late 40s, Dr. Ansel Keys was paid off. Sugar companies paid off university professors to say that animal fat was clogging arteries and cholesterol is bad because they wanted to steer people away from sugar, and sugar is good. Sugar is not good. Fruit, vegetables, Google, go to AI, investigate the religion of Seventh-day Adventists and how they pushed a vegetarian lifestyle because they didn't want men. It was ran by a female. She didn't want men eating meat because she thought that would drive the sex hormones, and she wanted to control that and make men weaker. So Kellogg was a part of it. They started creating their own hospitals and training their own doctors, even to this day, 4/9/26, when I'm filming this. You got to do your own research. Look at that. Read books like Why We Get Sick, The Cholesterol Myth, Carnivore Code. Look up Dr. Anthony Chaffee. Just do your research. Research, dig it, see where the research is coming from. But in all reality, man, look at humans. Forever we were hunter-gatherers. When we stopped being hunter-gatherers and started being farmers was it's when our health started declining. Even 100 years ago, 125, 150 years ago, The American Indians, indigenous people, whatever you want to call it, they were hunting and gathering and following the buffalo. They were taller and brain smart, just all of it, eating meat. Vegetables weren't around. One, the vegetables that we eat today weren't even around, 50, 60, 75 years ago. They all been manipulated. Carrots were never carrots. Carrots were poison. That was, manipulated until it became carrots. All the vegetables, all the fruit have been manipulated so that they look prettier and they taste sweeter just to get you eat them. And that's the healthy food. Stay completely away from the UPFs, ultra processed foods. Over the last 50 years, a lot of time and a lot of money and science has went into making them addictive. No nutrition at all. Their job as a corporation is to get you to buy more and more and more and more. God bless them. That's what they're supposed to do. Their job as a corporation is to make profit. That means eat more, eat more, eat more, eat more, never get full, never stop, always crave it. And a lot of sciences went into it. So stay away from the ultra processed foods completely. The fruits and vegetables, I'm okay with a little bit. It just depends on what kind of shape you're trying to have, what kind of shape you're in right now. But don't fall for the whole vegetarian, vegan BS. Do your research. Just think about it. Look at the American or the Indians up in Alaska and where it's just cold all the time. They live off of whale meat and seals and bear and they live very healthy. So you wouldn't have had the vegetables year round like you have right now. You wouldn't have the fruit year round like you have right now. I think fruit is God's dessert. Maybe it's sweet. I don't think it's like some doctors, some people will try to say, it's trying to kill you. Again, it goes back to the yin yang. It goes back to the balance. You've got to have the balance. I'm a firm believer of 80% animal products, 20% fruits and vegetables. And I guess that inside that 20% is, your desserts. I'm thinking about writing a book on everything I've learned over the last 5 years. So it's about your insulin. You become insulin resistant. That's going to give you type 2 diabetes. The body is insulin all the time, in a state of insulin all the time because your glucose is constantly being raised because of the sugar, which comes from the carbohydrates, the fruits, the vegetables, all the junk food. So you need to control your glucose. You can read Glucose Revolution. She does a great job of explaining it, and you don't have to change anything about what you eat. You just need to change the order that you eat it. You can go that route. You don't have to get so extreme. You just got to find the balance and what works for you. Look at where you're at health-wise, how often you're getting sick, all that kind of stuff. And just know, if I was extremely sick, disease, cancer, whatever, I would do a lot of fasting, and I would do what we call the lion diet, which is red meat, salt, and water until I get, better, whatever. But find it for you. Do your research. Don't listen to me. Definitely don't listen to your doctors. Don't listen to pharmaceutical companies. Don't listen to commercials. Definitely, every billboard, every commercial, every magazine, food. There's got to be more to life than eating. And quit snacking. That's bullshit also. You don't need no more damn snacks. Eat 2 meals a day. Try to eat 1 meal a day. Don't fall for that bullshit. We need to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then we need to have snacks in between. We got to keep our metabolism up. All bullshit, all made up to get you to buy more food and keep eating and feed the machine. Let's continue. Train daily. 7 days a week? I think so. You want to keep moving 7 days a week. What day do you not want to move? I don't know, right? But sure, I'll give you a day off. God took a day off. So I'll give you a day off. Train 6 days a week. There you have it. You don't need a gym membership to build strength. You need discipline. You don't need a gym membership to build strength. You need discipline. Consistent discipline wins. Do your push-ups, pull-ups, your squats, Walk, run, stretch, lift something heavy. Do it every day. Make yourself your own little routine. Yes, if you can go to the gym, fine. You can get the gym membership and not go. What the hell good is that going to do you? You can have the gym membership and not want to drive over there. Get up, stretch a little bit, do your push-ups, do some air squats, find somewhere to do some pull-ups, do some more push-ups, do your air squats, do some lunges. I mean, you can do a workout without leaving your freaking bedroom. Discipline doesn't come from motivation. It comes from movement. You getting that? Discipline does not come from motivation. It comes from movement. Move your body and your mind will follow. Move your body and your mind will follow. If information was all we needed, listen, if information was all we needed, when I say we, I mean humans, if information was all we needed, everyone would be happy, skinny, and rich. Think about it. I'm giving you the information. Get on YouTube. There's plenty of information. Use any of the AI, whether it's Chat, Grok, Gemini, Perplexity. I mean, any of them. The information is there. If information was all you needed, everybody would be skinny, healthy, and rich. It's not. You've got to have a reason. You've got to have a reason to get your ass out of bed every morning and do what you're supposed to do. And for us, it's protect and provide. It's because you're a man, and it's because that's what you're supposed to do. You don't get to question it. Get up. You don't get to question it. Get up. People are counting on you. Yes, sir. You're 9 years old right now, 11 years old, reading this book, watching this. They're going to be counting on you. Start now. When should you start? Yesterday. When should you start? Yesterday. Let's do this. If you want to change your life, start by changing your mornings. If you want to change your life, start by changing your mornings. The moment you wake up, you have two choices. Stay soft or sharpen yourself. That's what MMA is about, mental martial arts. That's why I do the cold plunges. Yes, the cold plunges are healthy, have a lot of benefits, brown fat, mitochondria. I mean, a lot of health benefits. Google it, AI it. But really, it's because I don't think there's ever a time that I want to do a friggin' cold plunge. Half of me is saying, oh man, come on. You don't need to do that today. You did it yesterday. You did it the day before, whatever. So every day I have to tell myself, bullshit, I'm doing it. Bullshit, I'm doing like that little kid, that little baby. Bullshit, bullshit. So change your mornings, man. Change your mornings. Set yourself up. Give yourself like 3 or 5 things that you're going to do every day, first thing in the morning, and do them. Do them. They don't have to be big, crazy challenges, but do it. Get in the habit of doing it. When you show up, people are either happy to see you or they're happy to see you leave. Be the light. Be the guy that people go, oh man, that dude's here. Yes, we talked about this, right? We talked about this. You walk in the room, the family's a little bit more at ease. Be the man who brings the energy, the strength, and certainty into every room that you walk into. The best version of you is waiting, but he can only show up when you do. That's not it for today. We're going to go over these reflection and action questions. Again, download the book. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Share this with your friends. Hit the bell so you get the notifications. But let's go through these. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So reflection and action questions. What's one area of my health I've been neglecting? You may think there may be 3 or 4 or 5 that you want to write down. Go ahead, write them down. But what's just one area of your health that you've been neglecting? Write that down. If you write down 3, 4 of them, that's fine. But then write down why. Ask yourself why. Is it a habit? Do you not think about it? I ain't gonna say it's peer pressure, but you're hanging out with people who do stuff and you're just doing it because they do it. Number 2, what do I put in my body daily that I know doesn't belong there? What do I put in my body daily that I know doesn't belong there? Write that down. And just write it down. Just be aware. How does my current level of energy and strength affect the people who depend on me? Think about that. You know yourself right now. The people who count on you to protect them, to provide for them, to be there for them spiritually, in all areas of life. How does your current level of energy and strength affect the people who depend on you? What would happen if you treated your body like a weapon instead of a burden? You ever see those movies? See Navy SEALs, any of these Army movies? I tried joining the Marines. I didn't pass the test. That's a story for another day. That's how uneducated and dumb I was. But one of my best friends is retired Navy SEAL. God bless your brother, Kevin Sloan. When you see all these movies, people who've been in the service, they got that Army weapon, man. You got to clean it every time. Every time you clean it, it's spotless. It's all of that. I go to the shooting range quite a bit. I got several guns, but you got to clean them. But what would happen to your body if you treated your body like a weapon, the weapon that it is, instead of a burden? Write that down. What's one small daily habit that you can commit to for the next 30 days to build real strength? And again, make it something small, nothing stupid, crazy. You don't got to do a 30-day fast. Ain't gonna hurt you, but you don't got to do. But that isn't what you have to do. But write down one thing that that you should be doing every day, and say, I'm going to do that for 30 days. Write it down somewhere, and every day do it for 30 days, no matter what. Make it a habit. Build that discipline. Build that strength. So write it down, then act on it, because your health isn't just about you. It's about everyone counting on you. All right, guys. Oh, man. Hit rewind. Watch this again. Look forward to the highlights. Discipline and consistency. The daily grind. Discipline and consistency. And what we say? Consistent discipline wins. Consistent discipline wins. Write that on the mirror. Take your wife's lipstick. Write that shit on the mirror in your bathroom. You see it every day. Get a ladder, put it on the ceiling of your bedroom. So you wake up, that's the first thing you see. Man, my God. Love you guys spending time with me. Until we meet again next week, keep a smile on your face, God in your heart, me in your prayers. I am out of here. God bless.